Hey guys, it's Chinese, I'm Logan, and welcome to the MSI stand at Computex 2025. It is incredibly busy, and I am doing my absolute best to try and get around to show you everything that we need to look at. We've got cool cases to look at, we've got amazing AIOs to look at, they've got a selection of wild monitors, including some crazy 500 and 600 hertz screens. There's some epic, old school, classic looking graphics cards that you're absolutely going to love. So we have lots to get around and get done around these crazy crowds. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Meg Core Liquid E13 360. First and foremost, a humongous screen on the top. They're saying it's a flagship 6-inch display, and it is humongous. Lovely bit of gold detailing around the outside as well. I don't know if it's rotatable. I'm pretty sure it is. I think they've just covered it up for this, but it is rotatable, so we can do that, although I have just messed it up. It will come back to life in a minute. Center exit display, so this is also center exit hosing. They're saying center flow radiator, so then when it's in your case it's much tidier. There is this bar down here which I need to find out about for the actual radiator itself, but this is really pretty. We've also got the X870 Ace. It's got a new screen on the end. It's got a very godlike feel to this. I feel like they've really upped the ante and really brought the high-end feel to the Ace line. Also, we've got the Meg PC build, but this is actually the internals from the case. It is removable, and it does turn into like a test bench. I'm going to say that MSI really do need to offer this separately though. But here's a good look for us, just to have a look at the build itself. Two screens either side. You can see the AIO is fitted. Massive Supreme inside, and it's swallowed. 340mm fans in the bottom. It's got the AIO with the 360 in the roof. Lots of gold detailing and lots of aluminium. It is an incredibly pretty case. Okay, so I'm back here annoying everyone, but we have the X870i. Now this is an ITX board. I'm trying to work around everyone without being rude, but we can see we do have a little fan in the top, M.2 connector over here. There is a riser daughter board on this side, which you can see for USB and SATA. Then they have got a B850i version here, slightly more sedate in its styling, but you can see that there is a cooler on top the M.2 there, which is something to keep an eye on. Then moving on, we've got the X860i Edge TI Wi-Fi. No fan in sight on this board at all whatsoever. I do love the fact that it has got a very sedate grey stroke white design on all of the motherboards. They all do look fairly similar. I think really the thing to watch is the fan on this one, and then there isn't one here, but there is one in the top corner. I think this one might have slightly better, yeah, look, 5G network. Then moving briefly on, we've got the P13 360, which is a slightly lower end AIO to the one that we were looking at previously. But you can see we've got this full screen on it. It's kind of nice, but the top is like a gel sticker. It's probably the best way that I can put it. Makes it look a lot bigger, shinier. I actually think this is going to look quite good in a lot of people's builds in their actual case. Okay, I'm trying my best again to work around everyone, but we've got the new X870E Tomahawk Project Zero. So it's the Tomahawk. They're going to say it's white. I'm going to say it's silver because I always end up annoying them. but it's a very sleek looking board with all the covers. It does its job incredibly well with keeping things very well hidden. If we were to spin the board around so that we can have a look, you can see where all the connectors themselves are. I kind of like the fact that the connectors are black, because it's really not going to matter too much when it's round the back, unless you do get a view round the side of the board itself. But if your power supply has got black connectors, I don't think it's going to matter too much. It really is going to be down to the build yourself. But they've kept some of the other pieces black anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. Even the LCD up there, that looks like that's going to light up white, so that could be a really, really nice touch. But it's nice to see an AMD Project Zero, and it's also nice to see another Project Zero full stop from MSI, because I think they need to be doing way, way more of these. Like V2. You can see the screen there, which you can run externally, which is a really lovely touch, but obviously you can run it inside the case as well. It's run with a USB cable, which is really very cool, because with that it means you're not running dedicated HDMI or externally, but also internally, because it's not going to show up as a completely separate screen for you to have to control with your software that way. The software will be done with the MSI Control Center, and that shouldn't be seen as a bad thing, because then you can separate it out into all your separate sections as well. You can run it as just a video screen as well. I can tell you as well now, the challenge for me this week is to come back on Friday, and I'm going to be taking one of these home with me. Okay, so picking my way around as best as I possibly can do. We're at the Mag Infinite E1. Actually, this is just the system here. This is an OLED screen that has been running for 3 years on a burn-in cycle now, and they've had absolutely no issues with it whatsoever, just to show you how good the OLED care is on the MSI OLEDs. Okay, so this is getting stressful. It's incredibly busy, so let's do this slightly further back. All right. So can you see the screen over there? There is a little sensor on the bottom of it. Why is there a sensor on the bottom of it? Well, yes, it's an OLED, but what it does is it's a sensor that picks up when you're sat in front of it. So if you get up to go to the toilet, or you walk away to make a drink midway through your game, that sensor will know you're not there. It will then put the OLED care system on, so it won't turn on midway through a game. Which means when you finish making your tea, having a dump, having a drink, having your dinner, and you go back to your desk, it's done it during those times, rather than turning it on midway through a game. And it will do that completely independently and turn itself back off when you sit back in front of it. So it's actually going to save you loads of grief. Now I'm going to carry on walking around, because there are a lot of monitors here that they want me to talk about, and I'm going to be honest, it's getting really, really difficult to try and get in front of them. So I'm hoping if I talk while I'm doing it, people will move out the way. So here we are, as I turn the camera around. 500 hertz 1440p screen. Mandatory panel refresh has gone up from 16 hours to 24 hours, and it's got a 3-year OLED burn-in warranty. And that is I can't even find the product number. Here we go, just so that you can see what it is. As I've said, we're struggling with space and time, but if I've got my camera in front of me, it seems to be helping a little bit. God bless MSI. Booth babes. Yeah, I'm a pervert, who cares? Right, on to the first of the graphics cards. A couple of people just turned around because they've heard me talking. Anyway, so first of the graphics cards. Twin Frozer for 2025. What a blast from the past this is. Look at this. It even looks like the original. I love it so much. I think they've done an incredible job of bringing the old into the new. Now what they've done, this is the original one, which would have been all aluminium. I'm so sorry about the background noise. I don't know why they have to shout. Anyway, the new one, you've got a copper fin and then an aluminium fin throughout. There's no vapor chamber, which is why we use copper to try and keep the costs down, but still keep the temperatures down as well. And this looks beautiful. We're hearing that it could be Q4 25. It may slip into Q1 26 though, sadly, but I hope this is sooner rather than later. Straight in with the next one, hopefully before the guy on the microphone starts shouting. So it's the Cyclone and it's the 5070, but look at this, it looks like a blast from the past. There is a little screen in the middle which you'll see flicking around, and that is spinning at the same time, which is so very, very cool. But they've gone full copper with the heatsink like the original, and it is copper around the back as well, although they get nervous when I pick this one up, so I'm not allowed. But I absolutely adore the classic nature of this one. I'm also going to be really quickly and get along here because people have moved out of the way. Supreme titanium. This whole section around the front and around the back is titanium. They've kept the aluminium fins though. I'm going to really struggle to pick this up, but I'm just going to do it anyway. They're all going to get super nervous with me when I do it, but I don't care. So if you have a look around the back, they've carried the filtering and the design onto that part of it, and there we go. Everyone's giving me funny looks, but I really don't care. I really love this textured chemical design that they've put along the front, but it's all meant to be about titanium. I personally think the majority of the people are going to buy that thinking it's gold though, but this isn't even the most favourite part of the graphics cards for me. I'm going to try and push my way through. You can see how bad it is, but I'm going to try and get my way through because there's one I want to show you, and it's the graphics card that I like. And it's rare for me to say that, but I'm trying to get my way across. But here we go. They've done a new Expert. So I've got a 4080 Expert in my rig at home. It was something I specifically asked MSI for. They've done a 5080 version. And if we have a look, I'm just going to push in front of everyone so that I can show you. Sadly, they've gone black around the back, so I really do need to get my paint on with this one. And they've gone with a slightly more modern-esque look when you look at the grille, but it does now look less like an Mercedes grille. So I do wonder whether there was some kind of infringement going on with that, and that's why they've changed it. But as you can see, 5080. Oh, look at this. They won an award for it as well. Congratulations. Well done. Anyway, still aluminium frame, feels really, really solid. Single fan that side, single fan the other side. I think it looks absolutely outstanding. Anyway, deep breaths, Tom. The stand is absolutely mental. As you can hear, everything that's going on, it's really, really busy. There are press trying to film everywhere. But this is Tiny Tom Logan with this first video from Nangang during Computex 2025. Please make sure you go and have a look at the website because there is so much more content there. Go and have a look at TTL on Facebook. Go and have a look at everything, because I'm going to be working really hard for you all this week, and so is Mark, writing the news back in the UK. It's not just me. Always need to make sure that I talk about the team as well, because let's not forget this. OC3D is a little family, and we all have to work really, really hard to try and bring you content like this. Do you want to know something? Small little secret? We love it.